If you just now tuning in, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and hit the bell. GMS family, roll up. Yo, GMS fam, what's going on? As you can see, I'm in a new spot. I'm in a spot where we got a little bit better Wi-Fi, you feel me? Where the Wi-Fi is a little more cleaner and more meaner, you feel me? GMS family, what's going on, man? How y'all doing? Every day, I always want to start it out with positive energy, good vibes. It is Saturday, so I hope y'all doing something cool on this lovely weekend day. It's a nice day, even though it's cloudy as fuck in Minnesota right now. But shit is cool. It's cool, man. I'm enjoying the day. I hope y'all enjoying y'all day as well. Peace to everybody in the chat already. I see y'all fucking Marcus Speaks, Kid at Heart, OG Mont, Lady Aries, Jan Wynn. Let's see who else in here. Did I say Lady Aries? I did. Alma Dixon, Cider, Binky, Bianca, Black Man America, YNG Legend, Tyler Beneficiary, External Umbra. What's going on? Black Like Zen. What's happening? Dwayne Isaacs. Let's get it. He said the community rec room. All right, so now there were some things I was gonna stay away from. But I decided to speak on it because I felt the need to. Some weirdness is happening, and I feel like this has to be like at least my last time or one of my last times speaking on this or talking about this, because I really don't want to put too much attention on this anymore, even though it's just something that keeps creeping up on me. What up, Prolific Tactics? What's happening? So as y'all know, we've been poking fun and whatnot, going back and forth, talking about broken windows and all this other shit. But you know that there is a problem going on between me and Goose the Great and Precyse. I don't know too much if Corey Holcomb has too much of a problem, but if he does, I guess he's in that group as well. But it seems like the only person really talking and saying what's on his mind really is Goose the Great. Now, I've had to talk about this several times, and I know the people that have been here and have seen everything unfold have been watching and everything like that. What up, Aboriginal? I know that y'all know what's going on, but I know a lot of people that have just subscribed or tuned in and just watching, just now seeing some of the videos I have, don't know the origin of this, and I know people aren't going to go back and listen, so I'm just going to have to say this one more time, and then we're going to hopefully move forward from talking about Goose the Great. Now, I'm not saying that this is the last time, 'cause who knows what they'll say after this. I don't know how to take it. Usually, I guess them taking constructive criticism or somebody having an opposing opinion in them made them feel like people were their enemies. But we're going to get to that. We're going to get to that clip. But before we get to that clip and where that came from and this part of the Wonder Twinz podcast, shout out to the Wonder Twins, shout out to Yuck Mouth. He had an episode a few days ago that Goose the Great and Precyse were on. And the thing about this is, I felt like after we made the song And like after doing all that, clearly they seen it was like niggas weren't tripping on shit. I thought it was gonna be like, all right, them niggas they just fucking around. They just making bullshit, whatever. But I guess they took that even more to heart. And I guess, but it's like at the same time, it's whatever, But before we get to all that, before we get to the song, before we get to the new shit, I have to bring the origin of this back and let y'all know how this started and how all of a sudden I became a quote unquote enemy of Goose the Great and apparently the 5150 cast or people or just the whatever. So, as you all know, and as many of you have already found me, you found me through certain videos of me talking about the 5150 show. I've acknowledged that several times. I've acknowledged the fact that this channel was basically birthed like a sub-channel, some shit birthed from the 5150 show because of how people found my channel. Of course, I've had more content. Of course, I've been doing shit for over a decade. Music, all types of shit. I have a whole bunch of other shit. As soon as I decided to hop into the space of trying to do a show, be on YouTube and do a podcast, whatever you want to call it, I started to see how shit was, going. So I was like, all right, cool. Let me go ahead and since I like certain things, let me speak on some shit. So I spoke on some shit. And, it started to gain some traction between the people that had, our 5150 fans and watching what's going on. So I was like, all right, cool. This is a cool space. I love the 5150 show. I like talking about certain shit, and certain problems have come to surface, and we can talk about that as a collective. And that was the whole deal. Let's talk about this shit as a collective. Let's talk about the certain problems, the certain things that we don't agree with, because I think that's important to always be objective, always be transparent, always don't be a yes person. Don't be so much of a fan of somebody that you can't disagree with them even if you feel like they're wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a brainwashing type of thing for somebody to feel like they have to be right all the time, or they feel like the people around them have to feel like they're right all the time. It's a bad trait to have, and I think it's very healthy dialogue for people to come and talk about some shit. You know what I'm saying? And like have some discussion around it. But one thing I've always made sure to do was to continue to support and continue to let people know that I am a supporter and that I am somebody that is a fan of Corey Holcomb and shit like that, even if I disagree with shit. I've always made that a point. Always made it a point. And I feel like I articulate myself in a very, very good way to a point where somebody can't misunderstand me or misunderstand my intentions. You know what I'm saying? So either way, I was doing some shit, and I did an episode on the Nick Cannon episode when Nick Cannon came for the second time to the 5150 show. Because of the things that happened on that show, I did a show on it because the show got taken down off of their channel. It wasn't there anymore. So of course the speculation was that whatever it was that Corey was saying was the reason why they took it down, because Nick just got out of the hot water with that certain community. You know what I'm saying? So since he just came out of hot water and started getting his shows back and getting his opportunities back, people were thinking that Corey was just going off the handle and they had to delete the channel or delete the episode. While we're talking about it, Abe from the 5150 show, aka Unseen Abe, on YouTube, entered in the chat while we were talking about it, heard what we were saying, and corrected us, right? He said, no, that is not the reason why it got taken down. It's going to be uploaded again. It got taken down for misinformation about the C word, which I can't say because YouTube will flag my shit, but y'all know what's going on out here and what we trying to stay away from, why we got to wear masks and all that shit. There was an infomercial or commercial or whatever the fuck the case was that they played in the beginning of that episode that was certified as misinformation, and they got it got a strike and it got taken down off of YouTube. So they had to re-upload the episode without that commercial in the beginning. So that was the whole thing. It wasn't a big deal. It wasn't none of that. And when he corrected us, we were like, okay, cool. Now that's what's happening. They're going to re-upload the episode, all this other shit, right? So anyway, the next day, I get a comment on my YouTube from Goose the Great. And I didn't take the Precyse approach. I didn't take it as this has to be Goose the Great. But then I went to his page and saw, okay, I think this is Goose the Great. So I responded to what he was saying because he said another 5150 hate channel. I responded to that by saying, no, this is not a 5150 hate channel. I respect them. You just got to continue to watch, or you got to see the other videos I have, whatever. He was like, nah, I don't see anything positive out of here. You're just like so-and-so, so-and-so, and so-and-so. And I'm like, no, don't lump me in with everybody else. I'm an actual fan. I was like, because I have an opposing opinion, blah, 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 whatever the case may be. I was trying to plead my case with Goose the Great about a show that he doesn't run, and that a really good friend of his is the host of, who shouts him out and makes sure people know who Goose the Great. That's exactly how I said I found out who Goose the Great was. I never knew who he was, never heard of his name. None of that before Corey Holcomb said his name. So this is how I know Gooch. When he said what he said, I wanted to correct him because, for one, I don't want it to get back to Corey like I'm some hate channel when I'm a fan of his. That's not how shit goes. But then I started to realize that the more I started paying attention to when he was bringing up certain YouTubers on the show, he was bringing up people that was really out here like trying to do shit for like the clicks, or trying to really actually hate and like actually talk shit or disrespect him by calling him all types of shit. And there's never been one time, you can't go back to anything that I've ever done, any video that regards the 5150 show on my channel. You cannot go to one of those and hear me say anything, call Corey out of his name, anything like that. Never. Because I made sure that my opinion about the show was unbiased. And if I disagreed with something, I didn't have to disagree with it by matching that with disrespect, like a lot of other people do. Corey being one of those people. You can't have an argument or have a simple, disagreement without it eventually turning disrespectful. That's not my motive. So with that, I was like, all right, he's saying he's convinced that I'm a hate channel. Let me go and let me do an episode dedicated to trying to correct this narrative or this image of who he believes I am, right? Excuse me. So later that day, I put up an episode or a preview that said, addressing Gooch the Great. He hit me on my DMs and was like, I advise you to take that post down. And then hit my number, was like, hit me at this number. He sent me his number. I was like, okay, now I see what's going on. I see it. Like, you didn't even wait for the episode. You're not watching nothing. You just are convinced that I'm this type of person. So we had a little back and forth on Instagram. He sent his little threats or whatever. And then I still did the episode. And then even based off of how that interaction was in my DMs on Instagram, I still came on that episode, and y'all can go back and watch that shit. I still showed respect. I still let motherfuckers know it wasn't a problem. And I was the most, I don't even know how you want to call it. Like, even given the shit that he said to me, you would have expected me to come on the show and be like, man, fuck Goose the Great. Goose the Great ain't shit. No, all this other shit. No, because I'm not, I know what my intentions were. He's wrong. So me being the person to try to match that energy wouldn't make sense. He's wrong. So you're wrong about who you think I am. He said, are you the New York guy? No, I live in Minnesota. And I'm not afraid to say that. I live in Minnesota. It's very easy to find out. My real name is my Cash App above my head. There's nothing I'm not hiding or doing anything. They're trying to be afraid or stay away. Nah, it's none of that, because I don't bring that energy. You know what I'm saying? I don't bring that energy at all. It's very easy to find me. You know what I'm saying? And to post up pictures on Instagram showing broken windows as if it was me or somebody I knew or something like that. I don't know. I don't know if he directed that towards me, but it was very it was very odd timing because the song we put up, and the next thing you know, the next day there's a fucking picture up on his Instagram talking about watch your mouth, who's next. But it's just like that. I don't understand. And maybe that's him poking fun and trying to play with the situation, like because we've been making fun of the whole breaking window shit. Maybe that was his way of trying to play around with the shit. I don't know. I don't know Goose the Great, but either way, I did the show. He blocked me on Instagram, blocked me on YouTube, blocked me everywhere. So I couldn't see none of his posts or anything like that, or even try to, have a mediation of some sort. So I said, fuck that. I didn't even pay no mind after that. I didn't give a shit. After that interaction, I didn't give a shit. I was done with it. I was like, all right, fuck it. That happened, whatever. So, after that happened, some months passed. That shit happened back in April. So now we're in present time, and I start, and here comes Precyse. You know what I'm saying? Precyse is on the show. Precyse has been, of course, getting some negative feedback from the majority of the fans of 5150 show. Despite the people that see him in real life and say, hey, I love your shit, there's a majority of people who really don't like to see Precyse on the show. And me being somebody who has done videos on the 5150 show reacting to certain things that happen, of course, I'm going to talk about a problem within the whole realm, right? And it's like, I'm not trying to, of course, like I said, I'm one of those people that I'm not going to sit up here and just agree with everything that happens. But if there's a problem, I'm going to speak on it. And I have built a space where some of the people from 5150 can come here and talk about some shit, and we can have dialogue about the shit. But anytime I ever talk about it, I always make sure I show respect to let motherfuckers know, and not on no fake shit like they, oh, if you a fan, why you talking shit about the show? There's a difference between talking shit and actually having constructive criticism on something you like to watch. And I don't think they actually grasp that concept of constructive criticism, because anybody who has anything to say that's not in favor of the show or in favor of Corey becomes an enemy. Now, I could see, like I said, if I was one of the people out here antagonizing motherfuckers, posting shit, making funny, goofy ass fucking thumbnails and talking shit or faking like I'm out here, doing shit to motherfuckers or approaching motherfuckers. Like, do your thing. But that's not what I'm doing. And it's clear that I'm not doing that. I sit up here for an hour weekly, not talking about no bullshit, like actually having real dialogue. So now we get to a point where I'm making those videos and I'm talking about it. Those videos catch a little bit of traction through the 5150 community. And it got to the point where now Precyse is doing explanation tours on Instagram Live or on YouTube Live, on streams or people's shows and podcasts to talk about the 5150 hate he's been receiving. Now, that's cool and everything, but I will say, and then I will say, of course, like with certain thumbnails, you gotta bring in the attraction. So when I put certain captions out there, not only am I putting up a caption I know is going to bring some people in, but I also don't try to overdo shit. You know what I'm saying? So like when I put up the first video talking about is Marcus and Precyse ruining the 5150 show, it was a legit question that I had. But the headline of it all is going to bring people in who already have a problem with Precyse and Marcus being on the show or Precyse being on the show. That's just how shit goes. And then when I made the episode of Precyse has made the 5150 show unbearable to watch, that was a real feeling of mine and a real feeling of a lot of other people's, because I enjoyed watching the show, and now there's been so much attention put on to one negative part of the show that now I can't get away from that. I can't unsee it or unhear it. I'm not enjoying the show anymore because of how that's affecting it. So when I made that, I think that after that was made, that was when he decided to go live with Goose the Great to talk about the stuff that happened. During that live, which you guys can go see that video as well on my channel. That's another show I did. I I believe that was let's see. When did he make those threats again? The window threats. I think that was that IG live. It might have been that IG live. I don't know. Hold on one second. I want to get this timeline right cuz I don't want to fuck shit up. But oh, okay, yeah, that's right. So when I posted up their convo, because the thing is, talking about Precyse being on the show and the things that have transpired on the show and people not liking, like most of the people on the 5150 show, 5150 fans not liking Precyse. Of course, him talking about it, which he hasn't really talked about it yet so far, that'll be something I would like to cover because I cover the shit like that. I cover certain shit about that because I like the show. So when I saw that he was on live with Goose talking about it and going into depth about it, I made a video about it. And this is also not about me pleading my case. This is just I want people to understand, because I want people to see who the person is that people are saying, like, that he's calling his enemy. It's really weird that I'm considered an enemy. So I want to make sure that people see the type of person he's talking about, which is why I'm doing this right now, and hopefully this is my last time talking about this nigga. But I made that and I talked about the stuff that was going on, and after I made that video, after that video was made, I did the Precyse, that's when we had the fake Zoe account, and I did the Precyse video with the fake Zoe account and how that transpired. And that was something that I don't think anybody caught. So I don't know if anybody else made a video about that before I did. So I think that was the thing that kind of like pushed it over the edge for motherfuckers to talk more about me, I guess. But when I did that video, which was only supposed to be like just talking about how funny that was, which it was never like people took it as me trying to like start a beef or trying to create some type of rift or whatever between him and Zoe, which it never was. It never was about that. It was just about the fact of how funny it was, and then on top of that, just the whole thing surrounding it. You know what I'm saying? Like, people already talking about how they don't like Precyse on the show and talk about how they miss Zoe, and then all of a sudden there's a Precyse and Zoe interaction on social media. You know what I'm saying? It was just perfect timing. But after that happened, I did I did the Craig Facts, is Craig Facts better than 5150 show episode. And that was just to have good dialogue, because I pay attention to what people say. I don't just watch the 5150 show. I pay attention to those fucking comments. You know what I'm saying? I pay attention to what the chat is saying as well. So seeing in the comments people talking about, and not even just the 5150 show comments, looking at my comments when I make these videos, people constantly talk about Craig Facts being better than the 5150 show. Me personally, like I said at the end of that episode, that how I feel is that both shows are good and they're supposed to thrive in their own way, and that everybody's still supposed to support them equally. I said that at the end of that video. I got that timestamped at the end of the video to make sure that it's not confused, that I'm not sitting up here trying to divide these two, but better yet, have a good discussion on it, and then end it the way it's supposed to be ended, by saying these two shows should be supported and should be lifted up, and both these brothers should be out here getting opportunities. That's what I said. I don't know how that looks like an enemy to anybody, but, and then it's another thing that this should be a channel that should be something that helps the 5150 show. I don't think anybody here stopped watching it. I've seen comments from people that have been left on my video saying, yeah, I'll start watching the 5150 show, but really nobody does, because if I'm over here reporting about it and talking about what just happened on the show, you're still watching it and still in tune, regardless if I have an opinion about it that's not in favor of the show. They should have looked at me as somebody to help the show continue to be watched. If nobody's talking about your shit, imagine what the numbers will be like for the 5150 show. If nobody talked about it, if there were no channels deep diving into certain situations and shit, talking about anything, whether it be good or bad. You know what I'm saying? So when that happened, we had a Wonder Twins podcast that happened like a week or whatever so ago. And that's when Goose the Great took it upon himself to once again talk about me in an unfavorable way, and then send more shots and threats my way, talking about, you know, having my windows or having somebody come over here and touch me up or some shit, whatever the case may be, for having an opinion on the show. I don't know any real gangsta ass niggas that will send out people to touch somebody up or break somebody's windows for having an opinion about a show. And then on top of that, not even being disrespectful. It's a waste. When I said it's a waste of resources, that is a waste of resources. That is somebody trying to flex their nuts for absolutely no reason. And for what? What is you and Corey's relationship for real? Because that don't seem like somebody that is somebody's just good friend. Because if you holding somebody down, you should see the difference between somebody that's hating and somebody that's having constructive criticism on a fucking show. Now, we get to that point, and that's when I made the video, I made a show, I put up a show about Goose throwing shots at me. Then we have the back and forth, everything's going on, motherfuckers is sending, you know, their own little shots, and you know, the 5150 show happens, and that's when Corey starts talking about all the YouTubers. He doesn't mention my name, but he references me in a way, and he references a lot of different people, I guess. But you know, that was kind of that was kind of given. Given the fact that, you know, of course, Goose the Great is somebody who passes stuff along to Corey every chance he gets. And then Corey said it himself on the show. You know, Goose be sending them stuff and sending them whatever. That happened. And they ended up doing a song at the end of it. Dedicated to all the small YouTubers who be out here, quote unquote, talking shit. So we had fun with it. Me and my guy AP, for those of you that have heard it already, we had fun with it. We took the chorus and we took the beat and we fucking put some fucking verses behind it, and there we go. That's it. That was that. And however they took it is how they took it. It was a response. It wasn't like we just said, hey, let's get up and make a diss song about 5150 show. It was like, nah, it was a response to that song because we were having fun with the shit. The shit was funny. The shit was dope. And if anybody took offense to it, I honestly don't give a shit because it wasn't. I don't say the shit was funny. It was all in fun. Like, motherfucker, that's another thing I don't understand. Motherfuckers can go and do their shit on their show, right? Say what they say, say crazy shit about niggas like me, but then do the response, and now all of a sudden I'm looking like the person that's just trying to do shit or try to attack the 5150 show, and that's not the case. Motherfucker, I just watched this past Tuesday. Like, I watched the shit. Which is why I know I can have an opinion on some shit that I invest my time watching and money. Which I'm not giving. I already said I wasn't giving them more super chats. I think Gooch be running his live feeds and shit because they be erasing my fucking super chats out the shit. But now we get to this shit, and like here's you know, like when I brought up the other shit that was going on, he posted the pictures of windows being busted out and shit, and all that type of shit, and like sending warnings, sending shots, sending, I don't know, whatever the fuck the case may be with Gooch and whatever he's posting on his Instagram. But now we get to this point, and now we're gonna get to this video clip, which I know I've been spending some time talking about the shit, but it's good to get the backdrop of this and see where this is going, because I didn't initiate any of this shit between me and Gooch. So the fact that Gooch sees me as an enemy is very weird to me. I want to play this for y'all. So let me go in here and play this shit so y'all can see where. So this is after the song dropped. This is after they heard the song and all types of shit. I guess Yuck Mouth heard the song too. And this is their reaction on the song, and then they're gonna go into a little bit more in depth. Well, Gooch is gonna go a little bit more in depth talking about me. But then there's also another clip I want to play, because one thing we notice about these individuals is they like to contradict themselves a lot. and you can catch somebody contradicting themselves in a certain situation. I'm gonna play it too. I'm gonna show you his example of who he believes I am, and then I'm gonna show you an example of the same person he was just talking about in theory. So we'll see. We'll see.
Hey, a nigga did a remix on y'all shit.
I heard about it. I just wasn't trying to give him no light.
Yeah, but yeah, we not gonna give them like.
Hey, fuck.
Yeah, we're not gonna give them lanes. Yeah, we're not gonna give them lanes any credit. We don't say their names enough.
So whack, my nigga.
Man, that shit was bottom of the barrel.
Whack juice, my nigga.
No musicality, huh?
Man, I'd rather watch paint drying than listen to them niggas.
Who you got? His little cousin out the closet to rap that verse?
I don't know, man. Them niggas have the talent of fruit flies.
And niggas on the Fruity Loops and loops.
It was so horrible. It was so horrible. I would never say their names, but I wouldn't even respond to that. Like okay,
look. I'm gonna tell you.
Mind you, Gooch wasn't even on the actual song that we responded to. Why would you respond to it? And you already like, yeah, you were mentioned on the song because of the shit that you've said and the things that you've threatened to do. But responding to the song, as far as responding to the song with another song, I mean, when was the last time you heard a Gooch record? No disrespect, but I mean, it's not like you just finna hop in the booth one day and make a diss record towards us and you ain't made a song in a minute.
That nigga
that's just
a
facts.
fan of the 5150 show.
Yeah, like way too much. Yeah.
He's a fan.
Yeah.
We gotta realize every hater is a fan. He gotta
watch
the movie.
Right, but some people. So, you know how some people
listen to Gooch. Listen to Gooch.
Right, but here's the thing. You know, have you been out in public and some niggas just don't know how to speak, and when they get an opportunity to speak, they say some dumb shit, and it fucks up their.
Yeah,
that's what he's done.
Yeah,
he put himself in a position to where it's never gonna happen. You're first you can't talk about somebody and say you're a fan. He wants so much attention that he's like a broad that you're not fucking with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So a broad, after a while, will do anything to get attention.
Exactly.
Okay. Now remember he said that. Please remember he said that. I need you to please remember that. I will come back to that specifically, but please remember he said that. Because I need you to listen and pay attention to the contradiction that happened earlier in the show that I'm going to play. I'm going to play it because Goose the Great, this is what he just said. He is the same person who has went on his social media, on his Instagram, to go above and beyond to talk crazy about Kwame and post crazy pictures about Kwame, talking about Kwame is really attracted to Matt Barnes, had a picture up of Kwame next to another lady that might have been his mom, talking about this ain't mom was cooking, some random shit, and even had a whole live on Instagram reacting to something that Kwame said. You know, kind of like, I don't know, maybe something like I would do after a 5150 episode to react to something. I don't know. Maybe he sees it different. But either way, he's had a lot to say about Kwame Brown. And as those of you may or may not know, Kwame Brown has a bot account that shows up to people's or YouTube lives and will like put like eyeballs and make it seem like it's Kwame that's actually pulling up to these people's lives when it's not. That happened to them during this live, and you're going to see his reaction. As a matter of fact, Yuck Mouth even called him out before he even gave this statement saying, you a Kwame hater, because of the things that he said about Kwame. But when he thought Kwame was in the chat watching, you'll see how that energy changed up. But either way, let's matter of fact, hold on, we got 145. Okay, let me go back and see where this is at. I gotta see where this is at. Make sure we got the right clip. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Now watch this. Pay attention. You remember what he just said. How can you be a fan of something and then hate on it? You can't say you a fan and then hate on something. And then proceeded to say, I'm like a female. I'm like a broad that just wants attention. Pay attention.
That's in a major position. He's in a major position. He said the LMOP word. And super disrespected them. So it comes everywhere. Like, you see how many white people get fired for saying the N-word, for having disrespect, nappy head. Like, so yeah, it's gonna come our way too. So he fucked up. He was too drunk. Like, yo, he gotta live up to that. Now, do I agree with them coming at him? No. But if people coming at people for saying the N-word, you know, white people, when they get fired from shit that they make 5 million, 10 million, you know what I mean? They're getting fired. Roseanne Barr, all types of people getting fired.
I'm gonna say this to you, Kwame, since you
hold up.
He was too drunk. Say, hold.
Let me find this right part.
10 million, you know what I mean? They're getting fired. Roseanne Barr, all types of people getting fired.
Hey, Kwame Brown's in here.
Why the black man?
He sounded excited.
You see Kwame?
Said some fucked up shit.
You see Kwame?
He still has these things posted on his Instagram, by the way, about Kwame. You can go see it.
Okay, look, I want to say this to you, Kwame, since you look, Kwame.
Listen to Yuck.
I told him I wanted for an interview.
No, so he can remember me. You were over.
You a Kwame hater, nigga. Stop.
I'm not a Kwame hater, but I don't agree with everything he's saying, and that's cool. We have the right to, you know,
agree to disagree.
Yeah, right. But Kwame would remember me from, he was over Cheryl's house. I won't say her last name. It's not important. When your son was little, my sister played in the WNBA for 13 seasons. You were over Cheryl's house. Me and my sister came over there. And I remember when your son was little, we used to chop up game. Do I hate you? No. Do I agree with everything you say? No. But as we men, and we not. But one day, man, we'd love to have you on here and chop up some shit, homie. Stay strong. And when you stayed not too far from LMU, I had a house not too far. So it's all love, homie.
No, that
I know he gonna say, all right, cool. But
yeah, I ain't gonna say, hold up, big swole up.
Come on, Gooch. Come on, bro. And even after you continued, and this was before he said what he said about me. How can you continue to have that image or that narrative or that impression of who I am, but then echo the same sentiments as me? And I haven't even done a fraction of the things that you've done when it comes to talking about Kwame. I have the pictures. I have the shit that he has posted about that man. But he does. Anyway, let me get back to over here. Let me remind y'all what he said so y'all can hear once again.
It was so horrible. It was so horrible. I would never say their names, but I wouldn't even respond to that. Like okay,
look. I'm gonna tell you that nigga is a fan of the 5150 show.
Yeah, like way too much. Yeah,
he's a fan.
Yeah.
We gotta realize every hater is a fan. He gotta watch the moves.
Yeah.
Right, but some people. So, you know how some people
moves to even be able to hate. So every hater
right,
is a fan, my nigga. Period.
But here's the thing. you know, have you been out in public and some niggas just don't know how to speak, and when they get an opportunity to speak, they say some dumb shit,
Stupid
and it
ass
fucks
shit,
up their.
yeah.
That's
Some
what he's done.
shit. Yeah.
He put himself in a position to where it's never gonna happen. You're first you can't talk about somebody and say you're a fan. He wants so much attention that he's like a broad that you're not fucking with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So a broad, after a while, will do anything to get attention.
I didn't talk shit about Corey and then try to remind Corey about the time we hung out one time at somebody's house way back in the day, or the fact that I had a house next to where he used to live. I never did that shit. Talking about I want attention. What the fuck was that? That's what I'm saying. Like, some niggas don't even be really thinking, because they actually just they be mad about what? I can't have an opposing opinion about some shit and still be a fan of something. Like, if something goes wrong, if I feel like it's wrong, I can't be like, yo, that I don't fuck with that. Yeah, I'm still a fan. I still fuck with you. I still think you top 5 fucking comedians dead or alive, but this shit right here is bogus. I can't say that. I become an enemy after that. But you can post up pictures of a whole naked dude. He had a dude in the forest position with his ass up, talking about this is how Kwame Brown fans watch his podcast. But then when you thought he was really watching y'all shit, it was, oh shit, so he can remember me. Oh shit, yeah, you remember that time we hung out at? Oh, and just because I disagree don't mean what? Okay, so now that I've played that, and hopefully, I swear, I hope Gooch sees this. Can you now, as a man, a grown-ass man, way growner than me, can you now see that there is a space for people who have constructive criticism and not a person who is just out here hating? No? Well, I guess let's see if Yuckmouth can convince you.
You know, so he has a lot of bitch in him.
My thing is this.
A lot of bitch in him.
Criticism. Niggas can say what they don't like about our show. You know what I mean? They say that I do too much. They say you do too much sometimes. You know what I mean? Our shit ain't perfect. So it's constructive criticism. So people is criticizing the shows, the location.
He didn't want to hear it, though.
Besides being too loud or whatever. But niggas is still fans of the show. Don't make them niggas your enemies. Like, you don't want
right,
like,
and that's what they and that's what they don't understand that they've done.
Too loud, fellas.
And that's what they don't understand that they've done. They've made enemies.
Precyse.
We've made enemies.
These niggas is saying.
No, and so I'm responding and saying, hey, that's a problem we're just not going to be able to fix, fellas. Hey, Marcus said it best. You know, Marcus said, I got a microphone in my throat. You know what? I think I believe him.
And you got the Holy Ghost, nigga. Come get some.
See, now, even though Yuckmouth said the song was whack, I appreciate the fact that he shed some light on constructive criticism instead of going along and getting along with these niggas hating and they just out here being some bitches because they have an opinion on the show. You know what I'm saying? Hey, shout out to my man Andrew Wilkins for the 5 on the super chat. He said you could do a diss track on Yuckmouth cuffing Pornho's mouth and getting them pregnant. What? Oh shit, what a super chat. I don't know nothing about that situation. But here we are now. So we're at a situation where they're talking about this shit. Now let me play a little bit. Let me play a little bit more. I believe there was some more.
Niggas talking shit because they ain't shit.
You can tell Gooch is very bothered at the moment.
I know you wanted to.
As a matter of fact,
I know you wanted to, nigga.
Listen to the weird shit that comes after this.
Let me do some research, right? Because I think if I tore the door off my car, it would cost more than one of them niggas' houses. Let me see something.
Damn.
Check this out, man. It's like
how much for 2019 Lamborghini Aventura door?
Gooch. Let me land right quick, right?
Go ahead.
It's like the Fantastic Four. Everybody got secret powers.
Yeah.
Darlene is the invisible
Yo, man, what is this? Appreciate you for the 5, man. Keep it up for sure. Thank you.
woman. This nigga right here is the plastic man. He goes everywhere with it. You know what I mean? Fucking Corey Holcomb, Human Torch. He torturing niggas, torturing every day. Throwing fire at motherfuckers, right? You know what I mean?
What
And
the fucking
goddamn, fucking Marcus is the fucking the thing, the fucking rock nigga, because he's just like stale. He don't got really no shit to. So it's a Fantastic Four. Everybody bring their secret powers. Everybody got to say their own shit that they bring to the table, and it makes the whole shit the Fantastic Four. The 5150 show, nigga.
I can feel that, man.
You
I can feel that. Niggas is so scared of change, though. Yup, Goose. These motherfuckers is scared of change. You know what I'm saying? And like,
no, we not. We just want a change to be that you don't be on the 5150 show anymore. That's the change that they want to see. We're not scared of change. Niggas will have named off so many people they'd rather see in your spot. They are not afraid of change. This is people criticizing your contribution to the 5150 show. People will come up with every excuse besides looking at themselves. This is why I say every time something has happened, if you've ever listened to Precyse talk about the people that don't like him on the 5150 show, he cannot just admit that it's like, yo, people just don't like me on the show. It has to be but I know I'm this, I know I'm that. It's cool to be confident in who you are, but also it's very, very even more cool to stay in reality. You know what I mean? So even with the whole loud shit, he's like, that's something that just can't change. Nah, man, you act like you cannot monitor the levels of your voice. Nigga tried to blame it on his zodiac sign one day. I'm like, come on.
Hey, man, what you want us to do? But we really ain't worried about you. Like, honestly, we really not. You know what I mean?
And then to be the we, that's another thing. I think Precyse has gotten way too comfortable with saying we when it comes to 5150 because I don't think he's put in enough time to make that a we decision. And it'll be very weird if he did the whole we thing, but motherfuckers out there looking at Zoe Williams as somebody that's not actual 5150, like he's somebody that came up off 5150. Like he like people legitimately looked at Zoe like, oh, we don't need Zoe on the show. He's the weakest link of the show. Zoe is somebody that could say we when it comes to 5150 show. I don't know if Precyse has that rank yet, just because you've been going on the road and been on 5150 consistently. It doesn't make you we. We not worried about it? No, not we. Of course, you're not worried about it because you don't run the show. You don't have to spend any money when it comes to the show. Corey does. Corey should be worried, not you. I expect you not to be worried. He's throwing you the bone to come on the show and to go out on the road with him because he feels you're talented enough to hold your own. So to be like, we ain't worried about y'all or to try to lump the 5150 fans all together, now you've really created actual enemies in the 5150 fan base. Motherfuckers that didn't fuck with you, now they really don't fuck with you. Now it's gone from, hey, yeah, Precyse is talented, but he just can't be on the 5150 show to fuck everything about that. You know what I mean? So, nah, it's not that people aren't afraid of change or people, and whatever the case, like the 5150 fans just saying bullshit. Nah, man, it's really some people out there that really just don't like you on the show, my guy.
Look. Yo, I just want to do this, Gooch. I just want to do this because I ain't finna say nothing. First things first, I'm going to do like this. But when I tell you, we ain't got to worry about no levels or none of that shit or Corey not being where he need to be at or none of that shit because some shit fucking brewing. And on that note, I'm hitting the goddamn Pupco Peak Pro. Yes, indeed. Yes, sir. I'm right with you, player.
I'd be afraid to have some. Look, let me say something too. Let me say, I said this as well after playing this and listening to this. Word of advice for Precyse: never, and I'm saying this from personal experience, never ever put your career and your goals and your dreams in somebody else's hands. Because it's all we until the person that's me decides to get rid of you. then there's nothing you can do about that but besides go back to the drawing board and continue how to work it by yourself without having the tag of somebody else being attached to your name. I'm not saying like, he shouldn't be going and touring and doing shit like that. But when he starts just incorporating himself into somebody else's entity, when he's basically depending on, at this point, Corey to thrust his career, at any point, Corey can be like, man, I don't fuck with that shit. And then you have to go back to just being Precyse, not Precyse with 5150. That shit's gonna hurt. And I'm not saying this will actually happen. I'm like I said, from personal experience, I was the person at one point in my life that was following up behind somebody who was the main person, and we were and putting all my trust and my talent, all that shit, and put it in that person's hands. And at the end of the day, that person didn't have my best interest. And given certain instances and certain things that have happened in the past with people who were way much closer and had a better relationship with that man, and how that ended, I wouldn't put so much of myself and my career in somebody else's hand, especially when I personally, myself, think that Precyse is a talented dude when it comes to the music side who can do some shit. And even if it's not singing, go write for some people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think he could being your own entity is better than being up behind somebody else. That's all. That's my point of that. But I want y'all to hear how once again how Gooch is trying his hardest to try to shit on me, but don't nobody want to hear it.
What this shit called?
He's still trying to look up the price of a door.
Yeah, bro.
The pineal gland, whatever that
How
shit
much
called.
for a 2019 Lamborghini Aventador Roadster door?
Hey, they say we part of Illuminati, my nigga.
Lamborghini Aventador S Roadster price. According to CarBuzz, the Lamborghini Aventador S Roadster is a considerably more
Anybody who's got
expensive
any
car.
knowledge about something
Yuck said, turn that shit off.
Starts at a base price of $460,200.
Well, what it was, one of the cats that made a song, I was gonna see if I actually was strong enough, if I tore the door off the car to replace it, would it cost more than his house? So it's about the same.
Cool. The nigga said, don't bust his windows. He fuck with you. He ain't got the fake account. He said that's not him. He said, Goose, I
Well,
fuck with you. He said, Goose,
keep your
don't
mouth
bust
shut
my
then.
windows.
Your mouth is hilarious. The Booker Ronan, shout out to you for the 5. He said salute to the channel and 5150 Nation. Most definitely.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? Hey,
I know.
hey. He said, don't bust my window out my car.
Oh man.
That was pretty funny.
Hey,
was
here's
kinda
the funny thing.
Hey, I sing too, nigga. I made
Hey,
5 on the hook.
I have look.
Nigga, I just don't sing like you though.
Oh man, this is funny. But yeah, we're not.
Y'all bring out
What
some
up?
dollars, right?
But look,
Huh?
I'm on the 5150. Hey, let's congratulate. What's next on the menu for y'all on tour? Nigga, y'all niggas is riding.
Philly,
Yeah,
Philly,
we
then Ontario.
All right. That is about where it ends when with them talking about me or referencing me or saying anything about me. Which brings me to now my point here. Y'all saw what I played earlier. You saw the points that were made. You heard the things that were said. And even still, I keep it how I keep it when it comes to this shit. Do I see myself trying to now try to have some like peace treaty or try to be cool with Gooch or something? Fuck no. Hell no. Is there a respect level there to a certain degree? But as far as anything else, I don't give a fuck at this point. He's not important to me. I think I was more important to him than than anything, clearly. But I think at this point, I think he should understand my intentions and where I'm coming from. And at that point, I don't want to even speak on the guy again because I think I'm helping him out more than he's helping himself. And keeping his name. I've seen so many people. Every time I speak on this, I always see people talk about how this is their first time seeing who Goose the Great is or hearing him speak. And it's like I don't want to contribute to that anymore. Especially when a nigga's talking crazy about me or like trying to threaten me or like make it seem like he finna pull up to Minnesota and do some shit or whatever the case may be. That's just weird now. That shit's very weird. But at the end of the day, like I said, I don't have any problems with Goose the Great. Goose has a problem with me. And I think he should reevaluate his problem with me, given his example on Kwame Brown. Because that was wild. To try to make it seem like I'm begging for attention and I'm doing all this shit for attention or trying to hate on somebody or whatever the fucking case may be, but you literally did exactly that. Like, what you think I'm doing, you actually did in real life and in real time. On a podcast where it's recorded and where people could actually pull it up and see it. Me, you are imagining that I'm some type of hate channel. You actually talk shit and disrespected a man and then tucked your tail between your legs and started talking some other shit and acting excited when you thought the person was there. I don't do that. I don't. I talk about some real shit, and I'm a person that has a good articulate opinion on some things. I don't even know if that's a phrase, but hey, it sounds cool. And I'm somebody who's not immune to contradicting himself. I definitely probably contradicted myself a lot, but y'all niggas do it a lot to the point where you don't even notice it. It's like a part of who you are almost. Like motherfuckers will do it and then don't see that they doing it. It's crazy. So with that said, I mean, like I said, take it how you want to. I know this is going to get to them. Everything that I've done or said regarding them has got to them. So you're going to see this and you're going to hear it. However you take it is how you take it. And at this point, I don't give a shit anymore. But if I'm your enemy, then I guess that's a weird way of looking at it. I guess I'll accept that because I guess that's just how that works in y'all weird-ass world. But, and I'm still a fan of 5150 Show. I'm still going to watch because I'm a fan of Corey. I don't know what else to say about that. Like, I never said I hated the show. I never said fuck the show. I never said fuck Corey. So I don't know where people get that from. Like, a lot of people come to my channel and be like, how you man, you motherfucking, you be talking about the show and you really is a hater. Nah, I'm just reporting on the shit. Like, if people that are day 150 fans know that 5150 is like its own world. You know what I'm saying? And we almost like the news channels. Like, we're the news that reports on the 5150 world. And like I said before, this should be something that they look at as something that helps the show continue to thrive because of the simple fact that these motherfuckers aren't getting monetized like that. They're not getting the looks. They should be having way more numbers than they do, given the fan base, but it's YouTube's algorithms and all that type of shit that's holding them back. It's people like us that continue to talk about the shit and the fact that Corey is who he is and he has such a cold fan base that continue to keep that show talked about, watched, and had like just all that. And I would like to think that I've helped contribute to people continuing to watch and not people being like, nah, fuck that show. Because I make sure that I say that in my shows, regardless of what the title is. Listen to the shows, watch the shows, listen to what I'm saying. Listen and pay attention to the intentions of my intentions. That's what that is. That's all that is. And it's the last time I'm going to speak on this shit. And if y'all see this video and y'all decide y'all have anything else to say, just know I'm going to see it too. And be careful because you will contradict yourself in some way, shape, or form or make yourself continue to look crazy coming at somebody like me. Me. the cool guy. The pothead. The chill one. The chill guy. The one that shows respect and shows love and starts every fucking show with positive energy and good vibes and hopes everybody's doing great, even on a Monday when we know Mondays are trash McAss. I make sure I do that. I like passing that energy off. I don't do it for fake. I don't say it just to say it. That's another contradiction that Gooch has made, talking about how he want to be about togetherness and try to figure shit out, and it's all about love and positivity. No, it's not, nigga. You out here threatening motherfuckers every chance you get over an opinion about a show that you don't even go on. You only get mentioned. Let's keep it real. Even if you behind the scenes watching the shit in real time, you don't go on that panel and talk about shit. Nobody wants to sit up there and listen to what Goose the Great has to say on a 5150 show. Let's be honest. If anybody has if you're the mouthpiece for Corey when Corey doesn't want to talk to or talk about the smaller YouTubers, okay, cool. But other than that, there's no way you should be getting in your feelings that much about somebody who has constructive criticism. Have that energy for the niggas that actually say crazy shit about you. And that's another thing. This whole chat has been full of niggas making jokes about Goose the Great. Have I said one? And I've seen them all. I read every single one of them. I have been dying inside. I want to say it. But I don't, because I'm not that type of nigga. This ain't the hey, let me roast on Gooch hour. This is somebody that's trying to be on some positive shit. That's all that is. So, like I said, take it how you want. Take it how you want. Wonder Man, shout out to you for the 20 in the super chat. He said for a while, your recap of the show was better than watching. And some people have said that, but I don't even say that. I don't even say that. You know what I mean? I see the comments. I see what people say about my show. I see what people say about the 5150 show opposed to watching what I have to say about it. And I don't say nothing about it because, for one, that'd be stupid as fuck for me to be like, oh, yeah, you know what I'm saying? People over here watching my shit instead of 5150. How cool is that? I don't think that's cool. That's not my intention, which is why I don't bring no attention to that, because I want it to remain a space where people can continue to watch that show. I'm very calculated on how I do this shit and how I think and what I say, and what comes out my fucking mouth. I don't just say shit off of my ego. I don't say shit so everybody can think I look cool. No, I keep this shit authentic every single day with y'all. And I'm not out here trying to do no bullshit, try to invite some bullshit. Nigga, I got a child at home. If you came and did some weird shit to me, it's not a sign of no back and forth. That shit has to get ended immediately. I don't want you I don't want your problems around. I don't want you putting nobody in danger in my family or anybody I care about because you mad that I have an opinion on a show. The fuck is that? That's weird as fuck. And don't take me being the positive guy for me being a bitch either. There's a lot of niggas that don't have to speak the shit and have to convince people that they gangster, convince people that they go around sending hits on motherfuckers. That to me isn't gangster. That's somebody that's trying too hard to convince somebody that they tough. We are men. But that's all I got to say about that. GMS family, put a GMS in the comments, man. We finna roll up out of here. I'm finna shout out everybody that was in the chat. 113 people in here right now. If you haven't hit the like button, hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the bell. And if you didn't participate in the chat, this is your time. Put GMS in the chat right now, and I'll get to your name when I get to the bottom. I'm gonna shout everybody out, man, as well as everybody. Go ahead and follow me on my socials. Hit my Cash App if you're feeling generous, man. I appreciate it all. Would appreciate all the love, man. GMS family, appreciate y'all for supporting. The GMS Family Football League is out there. Fantasy Football League is up. Black Man, post that link. Also in the link descriptions below in the on this video, you will see the links to all my shit. Hit that link tree. You'll find the links to my merch. You can get the GMS baseball jerseys, basketball jerseys, t-shirts, and rolling trays on the GMS shop. And also you can hear all my beats, all my beat albums on Bandcamp, which that link will be in the link tree link, all that shit. All my links to everything, my music, the merch, all that shit. You find that in the description below when I post it, when I get done with this live. So once again, man, put the link, put GMS in the comments. I'm gonna shout everybody out right now. Bianca, what's happening? Shy Girl 64, External Umbra, The Book of Ronin, Arius Allen, Dwayne Isaacs, Lady Aries, Kid at Heart, Mac 5. Yo, man, what is this? C Mo in the building. Prophylactic Tactics. JJ in the building. Ron Brown, B Skrills, Jan Wynn, Young Rain, Facts 100 in the building. The Melanated Cafe, Al JW, JR Miller, my guy, what's happening? Andrew Wilkins with the 5 in the super chat. Appreciate you, bro. I appreciate that all the support. Sun Wade in the building. Marcus Booze. CL. Alma Dixon Cider. Cyrus, I see you. Here go this name again. How do you say that? I don't know how to say that name, man. You got to switch your name up. Shout out to you. Ulysses. Shout out to you, Ulysses. Shout out to the 5 from the Book of Ronin. I want to learn how to say that name. You got to teach me. Blacklight Zen, Marcus Speaks. Let me see. Switch the beat up for y'all real quick. Who else was in here? Who else was in the chat? Chase Davis, I see you, bruh. Did I say Marcus Booze? I think I said Marcus Booze. What's happening? Let me see them GMS's. Wonder Man in the chat. Shout out to you for the motherfucking 20 ball too. You sent the 20 ball. I appreciate that, fam. Hey, these jokes though are funny, I can't lie. I wish I could say them, but I'm pretty sure if they read the chat, they can read it themselves. El Crablos in the building. Woke is the new sleep. What's happening? Monterey B, I think that's how you say it, Monterey. Let's go. One Punch Line, what's happening? James Lil in the motherfucking chat. Y'all pulled up heavy. GMS family, let's go. I see all them GMS's. I see y'all. I'ma get to y'all. Hey. Woo-wee. Strong Will, Bad Seed, ENT. What's going on? Oh yes, 151. DP in the building. Aboriginal Teeth Islamic. Ralph S in the building. Let's go, Boss Main. First time checking me out. Appreciate you, man. Go ahead, subscribe and kick it with us, man. We here every week. Fat Boy 443, I see you. Fat Boy Gang, let's go. Sergeant KLR, what's happening? Yeah, that's one thing y'all gonna learn about the chat is they very friendly people, very good people. But if you fuck around and get on their wrong side, motherfuckers will let you know with a quickness, and I appreciate y'all for that. GMS family, appreciate y'all for pulling up on me, man. I'm finna get out of here and roll something up. I hope y'all have a very good and blessed Saturday. Y'all roll something up for me as well. Y'all keep that green mind state, and y'all pass on that positivity and that good energy, man, all day, every day. All right? One love, man. I'm out.